Double trouble, double trouble.
I don't know about you, but I got a hankering for some double mint gum.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I mean.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Crespin, and this is
Annika Spalding.
And we're here at Amarillo Little Theater on Thursdays at 3. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic week. Those of you remember last week when we announced all of our new employees. Annika Spalding is our new, I keep wanting to say community relations director.
I'll answer to whatever.
Yeah. And so for the next couple of Thursdays at 3, we're going to co-host so that way Anna can get her all the bearings on StreamYard and all those things. She's going to do great. But we have a great show today. We have director himself, Ben Burke, director extraordinaire. Also plays a good elf on our stage every now and then. He does, right?
He plays a decent elf.
Yeah, decent elf. We'll get to him shortly, but we have a lot to talk about what's going on at the theater this week.
So much going on.
So many exciting things. So as you guys are watching, be sure to comment below. If you're watching this later, if you don't get to watch it live, be sure to click the bell or click notifications, subscribe, all of those things, so that way you get notified when we go live every Thursday at 3, because we would love for you guys to be able to watch it live. But if you're watching it, my sister watches it every Saturday morning.
Oh, she
always calls or texts me about anything. So hi, sis, in the future, which is on Saturday morning.
Hi,
yeah, love you. First off, and you guys, you might hear some noise. You might hear some are they watching Nickelodeon in the box office or what's happening? You might hear some music from Nickelodeon because our Curtain Up camp, which is our high school or 8th grade and up theater camp, they have their showcase. They just wrapped up their final rehearsal, and it's now at 3:30 here at the main stage. So as you guys are watching this, just hop in your car, head down to the main stage, drive carefully, obviously, but come see this free show. It's going to be a great show.
They're doing great.
We got to see a little bit of rehearsals. We've heard the music. We've heard the music.
We've heard it.
Yeah, a lot.
We could do it for you right now if you want.
They sound so good, but after you hear the same song over and over again, it gets to you a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're doing awesome. A huge shout out to Shannon Mashburn and her team of camp counselors. They have done a phenomenal job. A lot of these kids, this is their first time to be involved at ALT, which is great. Huge shout out to also all of you guys who helped donate to cover expenses for some of our scholarship kids. Yeah. You guys are rock stars. We really, really appreciate that. And we have, thank you, Miss Shannon. Miss Shannon's our 26 campers, 8 days and theater magic. 8 days to put on a show, y'all. 8 days, and they have done it. Well done, Shannon Mashburn. Well done, well done.
So proud of you.
Love it. I love it. We do have a sneak peek this just in from our in-house reporter, Annika Spalding.
Coming to you live.
Exactly, yes.
I'm in the field.
We should have had you out there in the wings.
Let's cut to.
But we do have a quick clip of what to expect. So a quick clip, a little teaser, an appetizer, if you will. 19-second appetizer. Here we go.
It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. And it's time to see the brighter side of every situation. Some things are meant to be, so give your best and leave the rest to me.
Well done. Look at those campers. Rocking it. So come on down. ALT Main Stage 2019 Civic Circle, 3:30. It's a free show. If y'all these prices expensive, we offered a free show.
We tried.
July 27th. So we don't hear it. If that wasn't enough, also this week, this past Monday through Thursday, the dance camp, we have had this great kind of ballet camp. I think it's like a prep for points and intensive ballet awesomeness camp, taught by Miss Lou Jean and Miss Joy and Miss Savannah. They've done a phenomenal job. That camp just wrapped up as well. And to combine things, we also had a tour, Primrose Academy. They came yesterday, 2 groups of about 15 kids each. And we gave a tour of the theater, kind of told them all about the ins and outs of what it means to come to the theater and do shows. They got to sit in on the Curtain Up camp, and then we got to go into the dance studio and watch a little bit of that camp. It was awesome. It was so cool. We have a clip of our student Madison doing some fouettés. I saw her earlier, and I was like, if I ever have to go camping, I want to take Madison Claypool because I could just start a fire with her doing fouettés. I would just put all the sticks and all the little things under her, and then be like, go, 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 and then I'd be like, and then we'd start a fire, and it'd be great. So Madison Claypool, thank you so much. Here's your clip for her. Yeah, she'd keep going and keep going. It's
Like,
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, we were in the other room, or I think some of us were walking through. She did like 32 fouettes in a row. It was like her big accomplishment. We were very, very impressed. So
Yeah.
well done, well done, well done. And then, of course, I couldn't help get the Primrose kids. They were super adorable. They asked really, really fun questions.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. Yeah.
They were not shy about that.
No, and there was one girl who was worried about that back wall because one screw was out, and I was like,
Oh,
she's
Harrison and I were like, wait, is she a little oracle? Like,
she's like, I don't know if that's gonna hold. We're like, it's been holding this whole time.
shoddy workmanship. I don't know.
We're gonna recruit her to come to work calls and kind of just dictate whether or
Yeah.
not the build is enough.
Mhm.
But we gathered them around our marquee yesterday, and they did this cute little video.
We are
Tea.
Tea.
Oh,
They were
there's always
awesome.
a straggler.
They were awesome. And I forgot, I don't have, if you go to our social media, also yesterday we took a big staff photo, kind of getting it ready for the program and stuff like that. We kind of put, Annika put together a little
Little
reel
animation.
animation
It's
to
like
it.
a-
Yeah, it looks really cool. So if
Yeah.
you haven't seen that, go to our social media, check that out as well. I'm gonna go quick the next couple things because we got to get to Ben. Ben's like, I got
Like,
people
I got
to go
places
fire
go.
and people to hire and stocks to fire.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about stocks.
Yeah.
Um,
Not our area. But
no, at all.
It's the right brain. All
Very true. Very true. But we want to say, of course, congrats to those who got cast in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. 58 cast members. It's a huge, huge show. 38 Academy students. It's going to be great, awesome show. Vocal rehearsals have started this week. Jennifer has been working with them. It's already sounding fantastic. So kudos to everyone involved in that. Ben will tell us a little bit more of this, but we want you guys to remember to mark your calendars. The comedy improv show is Saturday, August 5th. Family show, 7:30. Doors will open at 7. The adult show, which is basically 18 and up show, will start at 10. Doors open at 9:30 for that. It's a donations, pay what you want. All the donations go to the ALT Academy Scholarship Program, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids.
Come on.
Come on,
Do
even-
it for the-
Even if you can't come, donate. Just be
Just-
like, I'm going to donate to the
I feel
improv.
bad I can't come. Here's for the kids.
Yeah. $2,000.
Just a measly little donation.
If you can't come, we expect $2,000. So
No pressure.
no pressure at all. Except. I feel like we're good cop, bad cop, but slightly bad and worse cop somehow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll attend the Taylor Sweeney Todd. Yeah. Susan says, can't wait for the new season. ALT never disappoints. You're exactly right,
I
Susan.
agree.
We're very excited. And gosh, Puffs already kind of started our season. It was phenomenal. And so we're just going to keep going strong with the 96th season, which is great. Also, around the corner, we just want you guys to remember next week are company audition classes. That's for junior and senior company. And then, of course, the class schedule is on our website as well. If you guys have not looked at it, check out the class schedule for next season's Academy classes. Registration will be on August 14th. If you're not sure where to find it, if you go to the website, click on Academy. It takes you to the Academy website, the homepage. Click under there under Get Involved, which we should say that little elephant bird right there is Livy Spalding.
Little
But
Livy.
she's much she's grown.
She's not 6 months. She's 6 years
Yeah,
now. but-
exactly.
So is it time?
Yeah, we need to
Time
update
go.
some
Yeah,
photos.
wow. We're on it, Jason. Don't worry. This is why we have a team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you can see there under Get Involved, it says Fall 2023 class schedule. If you click on that, it takes you to our classes. Click on your age group and see all the amazing classes that we have. There on the right, you'll see our COVID safety protocols, the waivers, scholarship applications, all that great stuff. So, and if you have any questions, of course, call the box office, 806-355-9991. But again, you can check that all out on our website, amarillo-littletheater.org. It's going to be right around the corner about registration, and we'll have the open house, the Academy open house and season reveal. That's going to be on August 21st,
So excited
5
about
o'clock. So we have plenty of time to tell you more about that, but just mark those calendars because those things are going to be coming up. We're going to jump to End of the Rainbow, but before we go into all the details, we just want to remind you, season ticket holders, which we all should be, tickets go on sale this coming Monday, the 31st at 10 a.m. But before that, Saturday, if you guys have some time, there's a work call for the set of End of the Rainbow. We would love, love, love your help. Basically, we're looking for some people who can come. We call them the A team. People can help us with some building. And we're looking for about 3 painters as well, starting about 9:30 on Saturday. If you can't come at 9:30, you can come at 10 or 10:30. Come. But we need to know, we need a head count for lunch. So if you can, let Miss Lissa know. She is our volunteer coordinator. You can volunteer there by emailing Lissa at amarillo.littletheater.org, or of course call that number 806-355-9991. Let her know, yep, I'm gonna come and paint. It's a cool set, guys. But here's the thing. We need to get this set done as quickly as possible. One, so that they can rehearse fully on that stage. But we got to get that team over on our main stage because Wonka, that Wonka factory, it's going to be a lot. And so we got to get one show wrapped up so we can already start building on the second show. So definitely come help us out if you get a chance. Oh, and I forgot one more photo I was going to show. This was our amazing Miss Lugene talking to the Primrose Academy kids. She did not have to take time out of her camp to talk to them, but she, was telling them all about what ballets and stuff like that. And so huge shout out to Miss Lugene. She's awesome. Okay, it is time. It is time for our favorite tall elf who also directs at ALT. He's my favorite elf who directs at ALT.
Me too.
I think. Yeah. Who's also has the same letter for first name and last name.
Right.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
But this one's my favorite. Let's bring on the uber talented Ben Burke.
Hello! You guys are my favorite too. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, double trouble. I'm glad to be the throuple in this weird twosome.
Hilarious.
You are welcome.
Yes.
Join us, won't you?
Ben, first off, how are you today? You having a good day?
I'm great. Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
You look so professional with your headset and
I know.
everything.
Thank you. And my blue background where I do my
Blue
self-tapes. Yeah.
That's
I'm
great.
a
Very
professional
And came
actor.
prepared.
I did. Yeah. I
Always
don't
good.
ever come unless I'm prepared.
Well, I want to ask you first about what is it like first to be. You've of course been all over, New York and different places like that. You went to Baylor, but now you're back in Amarillo for a little bit, and with Elf was kind of your first show with us, and then now doing some classes in the academy. You of course did the improv that we'll talk here in a little bit, and now directing. But why Amarillo, Ben? Why Amarillo?
Amarillo, because this is where my family is, Jason. And when New York got too much, not too much, but sick family members and stuff like that. And I was like, it's probably time for a break, and it was. So I am honored to be back here. I am honored that you gave me so much stuff this summer to handle. I hope I make ALT look good. Nobody sees one of my shows and it's like, oh, we're never going to give him anything again. But
Well, series still out, Ben. We'll find out, won't we?
we will find out. But I am so glad to be here. So glad to be at ALT. It is an awesome community of people.
Our local wordsmith, if you will, Carrie says, "I'm glad to be the throw of this weird twosome quote of the day."
Yeah.
Carrie's gonna stitch that on a pillow for you, Ben.
I would love to have that on a pillow.
I would proudly display that.
I mean,
Yeah.
right? Academy fundraiser, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Annika, I'm gonna let you kind of lead this conversation. I'll
Okay.
interject here and there
for
with
it.
my random questions as well.
I do have some questions for you, Ben.
Go for it.
So this is your first time directing at ALT, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
So have you directed before?
I have. Part of my degree at Baylor was directing. So I directed like Lend Me a Tenor and Drowsy Chaperone and part of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, different Neil Simon. And then once I got out, I've directed a lot for Amarillo Opera. I've directed a little bit at an off-Broadway company. So this is my first time at ALT and I am loving it so far. It is awesome support.
That was going to be my next question. How's
Yes.
your directing experience going?
I'm sorry, I jumped that gun.
It's pull it up again, but obviously it's fine for now.
Okay, great. I'm glad I did not piss you off, Annika. It's been great. It's a wonderful. There is so much support with this company. I've been directed with places before, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm not only director, but I'm stage manager and ASM, and I do lights and all of this stuff. And it's just awesome to have support and to have like good attitudes around you at all times. And Judy Garland has been my favorite since I was, little
Yeah,
bitty.
tell
So
us more about that because, you came up to me in the hall at the adventure space. I can't even remember what
well, we were voting on show. It was at the main stage for These Shining Lives, but
was
we were
yeah.
voting on shows, and I was like, "Oh, End of the Rainbow." I was like, "Who's going to be Judy?" And you said, "Well, of course you are," which didn't happen, unfortunately. But then at the Father, I told Jason I would like to direct, and it was one of those things like it was like it's going to be a big show. Should I really take this on right now? But one morning I just worked out to the soundtrack, and I was like, I've got to direct this show.
Well, and
So
and honestly, I don't know of anyone who knows more about Judy Garland than you. Like, in that classic kind of time period of where the show is being taken place. And of course, we'll talk about what the show is about. But I knew Ben was like enthralled and just
I
the
did not know
knowledge. Yeah,
this.
the knowledge that Ben has. And I think I
Oh.
learned during Elf about
yeah.
the knowledge that you have of classic kind of movies or Judy Garland esque elements and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a sick obsession for me growing up is just like binge watching TCM and classic movies and the documentaries and all of that stuff. And she's always been one of my favorites. So looking into her life, her tragically wonderful life as well. So it's just a point of magnificent obsession for me, I guess you'd say. So yeah, and just knowing where she is in her life at this time and how she got there and yeah.
So, like, by directing the show and reading the show and diving into the, all the ins and outs of the show, and being a fan like you have been,
Mhm.
have you learned anything new that you didn't know before?
I um I mean, I've learned a lot about her as a person because of, the wonderful Joe Smith who plays Judy, and she's just
Yeah.
amazing. But just getting to have conversations with her and getting to watch her and the different layers that she can put on top of it. I've learned a lot from Joe about who she might have been as a human being because you can read all you want to or watch as many movies or documentaries as you want to, but you're not going to learn about the real flesh and blood person until you see it. And I mean, there a lot of the time during rehearsal, I'm like, Joe, whoa. So just getting to understand like how exactly she might have been in flesh and blood.
That's really cool. That's really cool. A lot of people don't know what End of the Rainbow is. They hear End of the Rainbow and they completely think it's a different show. Or when we say Judy Garland, they're like instantly they think Wizard of Oz and like all this stuff. But
Right.
the box office is doing a good job. They're like, no, no, it's the end of the rainbow, not the
Yeah.
beginning of the thing. So for somebody who's never read the script, who has no clue what the show is about, like how would you describe the show to that person?
It is the very end of her life, a few months, about half a year before she died. She was at this point, I mean, she didn't have much of a voice left, I guess you could say, which is a very sad thing for Judy Garland. But she had been used and abused by everybody in her life, from MGM to her agents to her husbands, that she just had to keep singing. She could not stop singing because she had to make money because she owed so much to the IRS and everything else. And at this time, in order to function, really, she had to be on Ritalin or continuously said, this is like a tragically comic show. She's the funniest person on the planet. She really was. Everybody that worked with her said that. But at this point, it was just incredibly sad to see what she had devolved into. So, when you come and see the show, expect there are some hilarious moments. There is so much fun, but there's a lot of vulnerability from a person that never got a chance to really grow up and be a human being.
Wow, yeah, gosh. And I know the movie Judy, Renee Zellweger, of course, portrayed Judy Garland, won the Oscar for that.
Mhm.
That movie kind of has the same source material as the script, correct?
It is, yes. It's based on the movie Judy, if you've seen that, which is a very tragic film.
Yeah.
And yeah, one thing that you need to go in with, it's Liza, Liza and Lorna, her daughters have always said, if you want to get to know her mother, read or watch the movies, listen to her songs. They did say, and don't follow this advice, but they said don't go see the movie Judy. I
Oh,
have a fit. I think they're trying to protect her legacy. Judy Garland, at the end of her life, with the last husband that's actually in the show, her last husband said she had a scrapbook of newspaper clippings of terrible things that had happened to people. Somebody lost a limb, they lost all their money, they lost their head, and she'd just go through this scrapbook daily and be like, see, there is somebody that has it worse off than I do. So she tried
Wow.
very, very hard to not be a tragic figure. And at times, she just had tragic circumstances continuously revolving around her. So she tried very hard not to be a tragic person. I forgot that question, Jason. What what did you ask
No,
me?
no,
I
no,
just
no.
started talking. Yeah.
No, you answered it. You did,
Okay, good.
just talking about how the same source material, and you're right. Like it's such a this show is it's yes, there's so much tragedy and elements to it, but it's also a concert, if you will. Like a lot of
It
people don't
is.
realize it's almost a musical in so many ways because we will have a live orchestra or a live band, if you will. And there's some concert elements in the show, some music, correct, Ben?
Yes, there is. And she was at this time she was playing at Talk of the Town in London, which was a giant it used to be called the London Hippodrome, and a producer bought it and turned it into a dinner theater. And that's where she's performing at this time. So there are times in the show where she's performing at the Talk of the Town, and there's times where she's in this hotel suite she's staying in. And at times you're not sure whether she's at the Talk of the Town or she's in the hotel room or she's just in her head singing.
Wow. Woo, it's gonna
I
be
cannot
good.
wait for this. I'm so excited.
Gabe there says, no doubt it will be an
Oh.
amazing show directed by an amazing person. Good old
Agreed.
Gabe. Good
Gabe
old Gabe.
is yes, love Gabe.
So, has the show so far presented any challenges for you as obviously an experienced director?
Experience. Thank you for that.
You're
Just thanks, Annika. The challenges is you read it and just how many elements that you need to layer in from just reading the script, and then if you want to grow on top of that concept, how many elements also. So just trying to wrap my mind around all the props, all the costumes, all the technical things that we want to do. That's been a big challenge. I have had great support from my amazing cast in the way of directing and moving them around on stage, because it's just a wonderful cast. Joe Smith, Joshua Gibson Rourke,
Yeah,
Jacob
tell us
Miller.
who's playing who,
Yeah.
and tell us who your production team is as well.
Okay, Joe Smith is Judy Garland, and she's in the box office. Call the box office any time of the day and just talk to Joe. She's great. Joshua Gibson Rourke, who was in If Then this last season with Annika. Yes, he plays her. At this time, it was her fiance. In several months, she would marry him. And then Jacob Miller plays her pianist, who accompanies her in all of the concerts. Then Bobby Schaefer, we love Bobby. He's a radio interviewer. He's a hotel porter. He's a bellhop. He does several different things. And then Caitlin Gibson is the assistant stage manager for Talk of the Town in the show. And she's also our fight choreographer. She's awesome. My wonderful production team, Carla Fristo, who's my assistant director, production assistant, is new to ALT, but she hopes to do a lot more. Her name is Alexis Roberts. She's awesome. I have Raymond Gerard doing all of Judy's costumes, which is a dream come true. I cannot, I mean, just sitting the very first time I met with him.
Really.
What?
He's a king among men.
He's a king among men. He's a king among all human beings.
That's true.
But no, the first time I went in and talked with him, we talked for 3 hours just about Judy and all of the stuff he had come up with. And he's recreating some very iconic outfits of hers and also taking some liberties, and it's all going to look amazing. What I love about Raymond also is some theaters you go to, you're like, this is just cheap tacky cosplay. He's not cheap tacky cosplay.
No.
It's real. It's the real deal. Yeah, she's gonna look like $1 million. And then of course we have Noah and Brandon doing our lights and set, and they're awesome for everything. And yeah, Jason and I kind of at this moment we just kind of came up with what we wanted the set to look like, and we gave it to them, and they were like, all right, great, we'll make it happen, which was awesome. I'm trying to think. I don't want to leave anybody else. Bonnie, yes, Bonnie Broder, who, yes, of course, Bonnie too, because she did act stuff and some of the musical stuff, and she's doing all of the guys' costumes. So we have Raymond doing Judy's costumes, and then everybody else in the show is a man, because it's a man's world in 1968. And so, Bonnie is doing all of the guys' costumes, and it's wonderful. She is the perfect person to, find that kind of late 60s mod type wear.
And then Jeff Jarnigan is doing the
Yes.
wig and makeup
Oh,
for
that's
Judy.
right.
Yes.
We cannot forget Jeff. Yes, this is a
No.
Cadillac of a production, isn't it? But yeah, Jeff is doing hair and makeup, and he's so excited about that. And Jeff is wonderful. I never had met Jeff or Raymond before, and I was like, these are two amazing human beings. Why haven't I met them? Yeah.
The coolest.
Another cool human being that is cheering you on, Ben, one of your fellow Baylor.
Oh
Bears.
yeah.
He says, "Go Ben, sick 'em."
Yay.
Hi, Tavy.
Yeah,
Tavy.
didn't say hi to us, Tavy. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving
It's
on.
okay. You didn't go to Baylor. I'm just kidding.
No, but I helped get him there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Annika and Ben, you guys obviously have worked together in the past, correct?
We have 22 years of history behind us.
Oh, you
Annika.
didn't have to say the
Wow.
number, but it's fine.
I
And
mean, no, but we did. Yes, Axe way long ago
way
with the
back
wonderful Linda Hughes. Yeah.
In fact, Annika went into her time machine and found some things. If
Oh
I'm not
no.
mistaken.
No.
I did indeed.
Let me double check. Boom.
Oh.
Whoa!
I wish
what do
I
we
wish
have
it was
here?
I wish
I know it's kind of small,
smaller, but
but
Oh.
our production is
Yeah.
is the best Christmas pageant ever at
From-
Ordway Hall. This was Ben's first show ever.
hmm
Dolphin,
I was-
best Christmas pageant ever. Ben's first show ever. And there's an arrow pointing to me standing over there in a black Christmas sweater.
I love it.
And
I'm gonna
Ben is down there in the front.
as you explain the next two pictures, I'm gonna work on getting that photo to be bigger.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh no.
There's
Oh
little
no.
getting a noogie or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That is awesome.
Oh my gosh. There
Oh,
he is
and there I
again.
am again. Where did you find these on such short notice?
Well, I'm what you might refer to as a memory hoarder.
Great.
And so I have legit like photos all
Okay.
from all my childhood. Just I can't believe
Just-
I was able to go directly to that photo.
Boom.
That was
She came out to my office. She was like, "I think I'm gonna go get some photos. Should we use them?" I was like,
I
"Yep."
was like, I'm gonna grab some lunch and just some memories from the 90s. I'll be right back.
From the 90s, yes. So this was the early 2000s. Don't set us
It was,
back
it
too
was.
far.
That was
Annika.
what, like 2001, 2002.
Yeah,
I'm
2001.
thinking headshot for the
I
right there, that little
mean,
headshot.
Yeah, that bottom right. Oh, I look so angry. I was Ollie Herdman, directed by the wonderful Linda Hughes.
Yeah.
So,
Ollie, that's a good part.
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then I never got a lead role until I was in 8th grade again. Just very sad how that worked out. But here I am directing a show at ALT.
Oh my gosh.
Linda's watching.
Oh, yay!
Great
Okay.
event. College Theater School for Children. Annika and Ben were key students and are now key working
Yay,
professionals.
Thank you, Linda.
Thanks for that act. It's very
Yes.
true. I love it. I love it. How cool is that, Linda? Literally, Annika found these photos of your production of Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I
Man.
love that. So awesome.
cool.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Those to you, Ben.
Okay. And then we also did Oliver together, and you were an
Yes.
amazing Nancy.
Oh,
Amazing.
Much.
Of
I
course.
actually found some Oliver photos, but not all of them, so I couldn't find ones of you and I together.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I don't know if we were together on stage, but I
I
was
don't know.
working.
But I was looking
Yeah.
for like a cast photo. We always took those at the end of the run.
Right. Right. That's
In
okay.
middle school and in some in high school, they also called me Nancy.
See.
But I was
That's
not in the production of
funny. They called me Carla. I'm just
Oliver.
kidding.
There you go.
Yeah.
They called me Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, a sweet
Okay.
celebration.
Dreidel.
We'll spin you and
Uh-huh.
have a good time. Good time. Ben, I know that you have so much all of the elements and stuff like that. Right now, where are you in the process of the show? Like, I know you guys are working music. We'll start finalizing the set, of course, work calls and things like that. But you're getting closer to opening. How is
Right.
that feeling?
It's great. We've got everything staged, which is amazing. We moved very quickly with the staging. And now we're working on music. There's a lot of big transitions. There's times in the script where it's like she goes from one outfit to the other and just like that. Or, we're all of a sudden in the concert venue. So adding as many elements as we possibly can, technical elements, and, to never stop the show, but keep it moving. So now we're in the process of just like running it to work the different emotions because there's so many emotions layered in this show, but running it as much as we can to get the blocking in the show into our bones, as well as working in all of these wonderful technical elements. So that's
Oh,
where we
yeah.
are right now.
That's so exciting. It's so exciting. I'll let you. That's a great question that you have.
Yeah. So, and correct me if I'm wrong. Judy Garland's birth name was Frances Ethel Gum, correct?
Yeah. Hmm.
What is your favorite brand of gum?
What was it that you said at the very beginning? Was it double mint or
Double
something
mint.
like that? I don't know. I haven't chewed gum in so long.
Have you
Sometimes, I mean, like, there's a certain type of Trident I remembered when I was little growing up. It
Okay.
might have been double mint or something like that I just loved. Or double mint is its own like brand.
Double mint is like the sticks, like juicy fruit and double
Right.
mint. Remember?
But definitely not juicy fruit. That stuff, like, the flavor goes away too quickly for
It
me.
does. It goes away
Yeah.
so fast.
Exactly. You're just chewing on rubber.
Allison, Big Red should be yours. It's calling me.
There we go. Allison Hall. That's awesome.
Big Red. That's gonna be
Big
our
Red.
new nickname for Ben.
Big
Red.
Big Red Burke.
Big
Love
Red Bird.
It also reminds
Great.
me of Bring It On when the redheaded cheerleader, she's like,
Oh, yeah.
and they call, and I'm Big Red.
Great. I need to come in with that energy all of the time. Big Red energy.
Allison says, anytime. She's got you.
Anytime.
I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I love that question too.
Okay, so I read, and
Mhm.
you can tell me if I'm wrong. It will not hurt my feelings. I have no ego with this, obviously, because I'm not the fan that you are, to the degree. Obviously, I love her, but not to the degree. Judy was cast as Dorothy when she was 14.
She was around that time. So that film went into production in 1938. And she was born in 22. So she was 15 or 16 when she was originally cast, because they spent a lot of time trying to get Shirley Temple, which they couldn't. So it finally went to Judy.
Okay,
Mhm.
but still very young.
Yeah.
And did she win her first Oscar at 17?
She did. Yeah. 1940, she made several films for MGM. And so they gave her like best new performer it was like a tiny little Oscar.
But honestly, she should have had a regular. I mean,
she should have. And that's another story. She almost won for A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She was in the hospital with her baby Joey. But sounds funny.
Wasn't it Grace Kelly that won that night?
It was Grace Kelly. Yes. She has a funny story that she told about that on the Judy Garland show. Also, that movie, I could talk about this all day, so just get ready. But I know that the show has started now, so
Yeah.
I hope everybody's watching and not watching us.
Yeah.
But she, that movie, after it was released, was cut because it was considered way too long and they couldn't get enough showings in each day. So they cut like half an hour off of it. And then people stopped going to see it because movie theaters would be getting calls saying, like, I feel like we've been gypped because we're not getting to see the full movie. So anyway, it actually ended up losing a lot of money because Warner Brothers decided to cut it last minute. And that's one reason why a lot of people thought she didn't win. I know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So much history. So much.
My gosh. So are we going to learn facts like that, like in the show? Will we get little tidbits?
Yeah, there's little tidbits that she talks about. Yeah. So you will learn facts like that in the show, but there's not so much that it's going to all go over your head, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we want to remind everyone, of course, we're talking about End of the Rainbow. This is running at the ALT Adventure Space August 17th through the 27th. If you are a season ticket holder, you can get those tickets now, or not now, starting Monday, sorry. Monday, starting at 10 a.m., of course, on our website, or call our box office, 806-355-9991. If you are not season ticket holders, but you want to be, and you should be, you can get those now, and then, of course, use those season tickets for this show. We also want to remind you that if you are not season ticket holders, that starting on the 31st is when you can get, no, not the 31st. Is it the 31st? Yes, it is, Monday the 31st. No, 31st is for members. That's coming this Monday. And the public is on August 7th, excuse me. So it's right around the corner. Ben, tell us briefly, I know it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. Tell us a little bit about the improv show that will be on August 5th.
Yes, I'll talk as fast as I possibly can. On Saturday, August 5th, we do have our improv show. This is a class that's been going on all summer. We have a class of 20 very strong, great adults. We'll have a 7:30 show where anybody who's anybody can come. Bring your family members, your grandparents, anybody. Pay what you can at the door. Then 10 o'clock, we send away everybody that's not 18. If you're not 18, don't come to this show. I'm a little bit afraid of what my class might do during that show. I've seen some stuff in our class that I'm like, okay, well. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to have all sorts of improv games. We're going to have suggestions from the audience. It's going to be a very interactive show. I promise you will have fun. These people are hilarious.
Yeah.
Cool.
And a lot of people remember, I mean, growing up, I remember watching What Lies Beneath. I also saw What Lies Beneath.
Yeah.
Different.
Traumatized.
I was talking about that movie recently. That's what's in my head. Whose line is it anyway? That's
Right.
And so this is the same situation. Please don't lie about it.
Don't like
It's not what lies beneath. We're not out to scare you.
Why I was talking about that's a whole other story. But yes.
Oh my God.
Now I want a scene about what lies beneath in this improv show. I'll get
We'll try. I'll put that in a suggestion bowl. Oh, Eek. Yes,
Uh,
Terry's one of the amazing ones that will be in the show. She is so awesome.
2
Oh, I
more
have no doubt about
Saturdays.
that.
Very excited. Yeah, so we'll make sure maybe this Saturday if we could get a photo of all of the participants that are in the class, and we'll post that so that way people go, oh my gosh, like people like Terry Wilson and things like that they'll
Yeah.
go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go see them in this camp show. So not camp show, improv show. It's been a long day.
Improv show.
Terry goes, aw, that's love it. I
Aw.
love it. Okay, well, we are gonna wrap up because we do want to go jump in and see this curtain up camp. We wanna see what we've been hearing for the past week.
Exactly. You could join in the show by this time.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, we want to thank you so much for being on Thursdays at 3 this week. We will have more guests of End of the Rainbow the next couple of weeks as we get closer to opening night, again, August 17th to the 27th. This show will open the Adventure Space series. It's going to be awesome. There'll be a talkback event on that first Sunday. We'll fill you in on all of those elements. But from between now and then, make sure to be planning on coming to the August 5th improv show, either the 7:30 show for the family or the 18 and above show at 10 o'clock, or come for both of those shows. Who's to say you can't stay for or see both shows?
Yeah.
Again, also, we have another dance camp starting on Monday. So many dance camps all this coming week. And then, of course, we'll remind you when tickets are getting closer to go on sale for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the next big show as well. So, Ben, thanks so much for being on, and have a great, wonderful rehearsal tonight as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.